Unit 4 Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj to the Maratha War of Independence. Introduction. After the death of Shivaji, events of significance that happened, such as the accession of Chhatrapati Rajaram to the throne of Maratha Empire after the untimely death of Sambhaji. The death of Rajaram and his wife Tarabai in their relation with the Mughals. The role that Tarabai played in keeping the Maratha throne alive for next 7 years with the help of ministers and army commanders will be looked into in detail. The role of various generals like Santaji Ghorpade, Dhanaji Jadhav and Ramchandrapant Amartya in the Maratha Empire also hold importance because they played a great role in giving Maratha Empire the booty, territories, victories, wars and the diplomatic strategies that made it thrive for that long. In this unit, we would be looking into the establishment of the Maratha Empire in continuity with where the last unit ended. We would look into the details of how Sambhaji conducted the administration and how he managed to deal with the continuous Mughal onslaught. Here, we would look into the details of Sambhaji and his accession to the throne of the Maratha Empire. We would look at his consolidation of power and his ways of dealing with the Mughal Empire. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, his consolidation of power and his relations with the Mughals. Sambhaji was the first son of Shivaji, and after his death on the 3rd of April 1680, Sambhaji became the new Chhatrapati. He had a huge task of protecting and expanding the Maratha kingdom, which had been consolidated under the time of Shivaji. Sambhaji had the task of protecting the nascent Maratha Empire against Mughal invasion. He also had the challenge of Sidis, Mysore and the Portuguese in Goa. Sambhaji led the Marathas during the first decade of the Deccan Wars. In the first half of 1681, many Mughal contingents were sent in various states of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Karnataka. Sambhaji was the emperor of the Maratha territory when Aurangzeb's son Sultan Muhammad Akbar was given shelter by him, which infuriated Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb marched towards the Maratha Empire with a huge contingent and made Aurangabad his capital. When they laid siege on Fort Ramses, the Maratha Empire was young. The strength and capacity of the Mughal army as compared to the Marathas' army was incomparable. The Marathas still gave a tough fight to the Mughals, and it took them 7 years to seize the fort. In December 1681, Sambhaji attacked Janjira. He failed in his first attempt. At the same time, one of the Aurangzeb's generals, Hussain Ali Khan, attacked northern Konkan. Sambhaji left Janjira and attacked him and pushed him back. Aurangzeb tried to sign a deal with Portuguese to allow trade ships to harbor in Goa. This would have allowed him to open another supply route to Deccan via the sea. This news reached Sambhaji. He attacked the Portuguese territories and forced them back to the Goan coast. But the Viceroy of Alvor was able to defend the Portuguese headquarters. By this time, the huge Mughal army had started gathering on the borders of Deccan. Aurangzeb in 1683 sent his two princes Shah Alam and Azam Shah to encircle the Maratha kingdom with a strategy for each one of them to follow different paths. Shah Alam was able to march till Goa and was proceeding towards Konkan. It was here that the Maratha army completely disturbed the organization and the strategy of Shah Alam. Food and supply chains were cut, and finally another commander had to be sent by Aurangzeb to rescue Shah Alam. In 1684 monsoon, Aurangzeb's general Shahabuddin Khan attacked Raigad. The Marathas were successful in protecting Raigad. After trying very hard this time, Aurangzeb's army was not successful in destroying the Maratha Empire. In 1685, Aurangzeb had to rework his strategy. He planned to consolidate his power in the south by undertaking expeditions to the Muslim kingdoms of Bijapur and Golconda. Bijapur and Ahmednagar were allies of the Marathas. The Marathas got an opportunity to launch an attack on the north coast and Bharuch as the attention of the Mughal was towards the Deccan and south. The Marathas were faced with Mughal army, but they managed to come back without much damage. In the meantime, Bijapur fell to the Mughal and Mysore was not willing to accept Maratha superiority at a critical juncture. Sambhaji was successful in getting several Bijapur Sardars to his side. Sambhaji successfully courted several Bijapur Sardars to join the Maratha army. Sambhaji led the fight against an army sent by Aurangzeb in Sangameshwar in Konkan but was captured by the Mughals and killed. As a consequence of what happened, his wife and son were held hostage by Shivaji for 20 years. Historian John F. Richards is of the view that the ulema in Aurangzeb's court gave the decision of Sambhaji's execution on account of capturing and killing Muslims.